will be taking on you. So, this is a interesting... Oh, I know what this is trying to do. So it has the potential for Trick Room, but the main thing here is Spectrier, Solgaleo is the big call out here. With that, Berserker doesn't help as much because it unfortunately can't fake out Spectrier. Grimmsnarl does help out because we can use Throat Chop. We can also use Deflect, taking less damage from the Bulldoze that Spectrier can use, and then immediately retaliate with a Max Quake of our own. Yeah, I'd be a fan of Grimmsnarl and Dialga. Abomasnow doesn't really offer much. Rotom helps relatively well, yeah. What does Gyarados do? Gyarados doesn't help, so I'm cool with Berserker, and I'm cool with Rotom. Knowing that we're probably going to lose Grimmsnarl in turn 1. Another thing could be Feeny, could come out to play. We also could get Porygon 2, so it will be interesting to see what happens. If Porygon 2 comes out, then that's an easy fake out. I would imagine Incineroar could come out to play too, which would be a great option here. If so, we do need to be mindful of potential parting shots. Alright, they took a while. So that'll be a tough one. It could be like the battle where literally I won with the 2 Pokemon I didn't think I would win with, but Feeney's actually really good. On the other team, Feeny was really good. Alrighty, what you got for us? Hannibal. Oh no, it's Super, my bad. Why did I think Hannibal? So it was Feeny and Grimmsnarl. Okay. I'm also winning in Grimmsnarl and Dialga. I think Dynamaxing right now isn't great. If I had Berserker out, actually that would have been a lot better lead. But unfortunately there isn't much we can do with this. I'll Light Screen for now. And I'll fire off a Flash Cannon into the Grimmsnarl slot for now. I can deal with Feeny later, especially because I have access to Max Lightning. That can help out. But I think for now we just want to take it a little slow and figure out what we want to do from here. The opponent most likely is going to use Light Screen as well. Okay, my Grimmsnarl is faster, it uses Light Screen. And their Grimmsnarl also uses Light Screen. Yeah, see, if we had Berserker out, we could have faked out and immediately denied that. Which is a great anti-Grimmsnarl attack. Okay, so that's going to be a KO anyway, so I'm not as worried here. We're going to fire off a Moonblast. It is going to go into the Grimmsnarl slot. So, I'm kind of cool with this trade, honestly. Feeney's Life Orb, that's interesting. I'm going to get a Reflect set up. I'll fire off one more Flash Cannon into the Grimmsnarl slot. That is really interesting. Okay. Probably not as defensive, but we can use that to our advantage. You forget you had your own Misty Terrain set up. Oh well. Thanks for the free KO. Here's Moonblast going into. Grimmy? Cool. Okay. Yeah, this looks really good so far. I'm going to bring in my own Berserker. And they set up Light Screen, but no Reflect. So that makes it easier. Okay, Solgaleo is sent out. Okay, so we don't want to immediately use... one thing we want to be mindful of is we don't immediately want to use Quake. Because I don't want to activate a weakness policy on by mistake. So I'm cool with us knocking... do we need to knock out Feeny now? They'll probably have Spectrier, let's be real. I do like the idea of Fake Out. Yeah, because then Max Steel Spike will give us more longevity. Yeah, I'm cool with that. Because if you switch into Spectre right now, then that Steel Spike is coming your way. Yeah, I figured as much. Because what would you want to do? You'd want to Quake. I'll survive the Quake. I get my +2 in special attack. And then I retaliate against Feeny. I get a +1 in special defense. Okay. I think this is the Switch telling me I gotta stop playing after this. With the 2 low batteries. So I feel like we're still in a solid spot. Because what's going to happen here is Dialga... so, I get the chance to use... I mean, Feeny would have to protect, right? And the thing here, too, is that Solgaleo doesn't want to take a full-powered, like, overheat, right? And I can nasty plot to give myself a better... Yeah, so it quakes. It gets a special defense boost. Which isn't ideal, for sure. But because I had to reflect up as well, I feel like that was a huge difference between myself and my opponent. So weakness policy activates, giving me a little bit more advantage here with this Max Steel Spike. That's enough for close to a knockout. That's a good question. I don't want to... Feeny would probably knock itself out, honestly. Do I need the KO now? Do I need to actually get damage on Solgaleo? Yeah, this is so awkward. Yeah, I guess I'll double up. Okay. Okay. Oh, crit on top of that. That's fair. So it still gets Steel Spike. That means that Dialga is still at +2 defense, which is super helpful. I get a crit right back, but that doesn't make a difference. I don't know if it made a difference for Solgaleo. Alright. If it's Spectre, then I think we're going to be in a solid spot. Porygon 2. Interesting. Special attack. Dang it. I want a nasty plot here. I don't want a Steel Spike. Perfect. I'm glad my opponent decided to take a more passive turn, because basically, Solgaleo does not like dealing with Rotom. So here's another Max Steel Spike. Does a lot of damage, actually. Gets about halfway through. But if you set up Trick Room, that means that gives Dialga an opportunity to really thrash you. Nah, you just try attack. Okay. Okay, Misty Train disappears. Misty Train actually paid off in dividends for us because that Tri-Attack could have had a potential to freeze us, so we didn't have to worry about that. Okay, Solgaleo is now undynamaxed. It probably wants to use Earthquake to hit Dialga, but it can't. So what we can do here is I think we should Thunderbolt the Porygon 2, and we should Earth Power the Solgaleo. At +2, yeah, that's a good question. Actually, you know what? I need to look at a couple things. Black Screen has 3 out of 8. I'm at 3 out of 8. I do like the idea of Thunderbolting the Porygon. And I actually want to attack the Porygon again. I'm going to Earth Power the Porygon, predicting a potential... yeah, so we'll Thunderbolt. And we will Earth Power the Porygon, predicting a potential Ally Switch. So Solgaleo just goes for Earthquake. Okay. We take that like a champ thanks to Reflect. Okay, even if I activate Earth Weakness Policy now, it's not a big deal. Yeah. I'm going to overheat, and I'm going to set up Trick Room. Because then the only thing you can do is reset up Trick Room again. Right, so if you Earthquake, Dialga will take enough damage. So you have Sunsteel and Strike. That doesn't do anything. Even at plus, yeah, because of Reflect. That is, you tickled me. I missed the overheat, but at this point it doesn't matter. Yeah, I don't want to miss any from an accuracy standpoint, so I'm cool with Earth Powering again. Yeah. Yeah, Rotom matches up so well against Solgaleo. So yeah, we're going to have the Earthquake, but again, I underspeed, so I outspeed in Trick Room. Dialga takes that like a champ. Light screen's over anyways, and my light screen's over, but that wasn't a big deal. Yeah, honestly, I think the opponent not realizing their Misty Terrain really did hurt them. Because that would have been an opportunity for them to get a Reflect as well. Granted, the Reflect wouldn't have helped too much because Berserker only faked out. So it didn't really exert as much pressure. But the fact that we were able to not get Feeny pretty low did help